Welcome to Playfully Orange, our conversations about arts and culture here in Central Florida. My guest today is Ha Ani Hogan. Hello, Ha Ani.
Hi, Terry.
So, Ha Ani, you are very involved with the Downtown Arts District,
Yeah.
which is not just visual art, but all kinds of arts. How did you get into the arts?
Well, I studied art in school. So my undergraduate degree was in museum studies, emphasis in art history, but also I studied costume design. But that was just because all of my friends were actors and I wanted to like be in the world of theater. But that was my undergrad, and I had many internships working at art museums. And then I earned a master's degree at Savannah College of Art and Design in arts administration. And while I earned that degree, I kind of figured out how I could fit into the art world, specifically from the business side. And after earning that degree, I just started applying for jobs. And my first job offer, like full-time job offer, was at the History Center in downtown Orlando. So that's what brought me to Orlando to stay, pretty much.
So, you weren't from here,
No, no.
all right? And when you arrived in Orlando, what was your impression of the arts and cultural scene?
So when I arrived in Orlando, so I lived in Orlando for 2 years before I went to graduate school. And in those 2 years, I worked as a assistant manager of Plato's Closet, and I got kind of involved in the local art scene here by volunteering. I was a volunteer at Orlando Museum of Art, and I started attending shows at like the different theaters. And so that's kind of how I got to know Orlando. But when I came back after I was offered, the full-time position at the History Center, my impression was great. I came back to Orlando at a wonderful time. They just opened the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts at that time. And my job in the History Center provided a lot of just connections with local arts organizations. And being a development person, it's very easy to get connected with the community because you are a fundraiser, you're out talking to people, asking for donations. So I found that through like connections with like other organizations at United Arts, it was very welcoming, and I met people very quickly, and started growing like my own personal community, and felt like a part of it very, very quickly.
What do you think from your upbringing um, moved you towards the arts?
I will say I it's that my parents always encouraged me to study what I wanted to study and learn what I wanted to learn. So I grew up very active. I was a dancer my whole life from age like 3 until I finished college. I played piano as a child, and I was always very crafty. I did a lot of like art projects, and my parents, especially my mom, noticed when I was young that when I started working on art projects, I would get very quiet and I would zone out and like not realize the world around me. And so she was like, this might be something that she loves. And they just encouraged me to study what I wanted to study. And so I was like, hey, I really like art history. And they were like, cool, do that. And they let, I was very fortunate. I got to study abroad in Italy, again, through the encouragement of my parents. And so, yeah, that's just kind of how I got into the arts. I'm like the token like art person in my family.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you, is your family very academic as well? Because you're like working on your PhD now, right?
Yes, my family is very academic. I'm one of 5 children, and all but one of us has higher education beyond college, so graduate degrees. My dad's a lawyer. My mom was like really influential in like the marketing industry of Guam. So there's just a lot of, and that's where I'm from. But yeah, just I have a lot of influence in my own family, and everyone, yes, is values education, and we go to school a lot.
Well, tell us about your PhD.
Yeah, so I am at the end of my PhD journey right now. I'm studying I'm in the PhD program called Text and Technology at UCF, and it's in the College of Arts and Humanities, and the only PhD program that the college offers in that department. And so it's an interdisciplinary program, so anyone who studies in the program has like a different area of expertise. And my research is about how technology influences the arts and how technology has kind of changed the way that people experience art. So the only stipulation in my program is that we study any aspect of technology and how it influences like any form of communication. So my technology is image-based social media like Instagram. Technically, what we're doing now also could count in my research as well. Anything that's visually oriented and digital that goes on social media platforms.
Well, from your research, how do you think what we're doing right now might influence anything in our arts and cultural scene?
Well, I think that technology and in general has helped tremendously in the world of access, right? Like spreading information, getting information to people. It's not always easy to be able to meet in person. And so for things like this, like StreamYard or Zoom, one has changed the way that we communicate in general. But as far as with arts and culture, it helps us gain more education or, sharing our experiences. That's why I'm very connected to this stuff. So
and get to know fascinating people like yourself.
Yeah, that works too.
And behind you is a lot of art. Is some of that your art?
No, none of this is my art. It is all different things that I've acquired that artists have given to me as gifts or my coworkers have given to me as gifts. These are all my creatures. I'm surrounded by
I see.
Lots of creatures. Yeah.
From cuddly pandas to fiery dragons.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you have been exploring and learning about the Orlando arts and cultural scene, both through theater and museums, music, dance, what do you think we're missing?
Yeah. So that's obviously very close to my heart. I think that we are missing enough patronage or numbers in patronage. Not that we're not able to sell tickets to shows. I'm talking, and this is specifically from a visual arts perspective, we're missing a community of art buyers and people that are investing in the arts from an individual perspective. We do get corporate donations, and I don't mean to be silly in saying this, but we get great government support right through Orange County, through the city. But we really need more people who understand investing in the arts as in purchasing original art and kind of creating that career for local artists, because it doesn't necessarily mean that original art is expensive. And I think that there's just a concept of not even realizing that's a thing that is a valuable investment. So yeah, to me, that's one of the main things that we're missing. It's really more individualistic support. Although regionally, yes, we have a great donor base across the board of support of the arts, but I'm talking more of a purchasing art perspective.
Collectors.
Yeah, collectors.
How do we develop collectors?
I would say, like through, well, first getting people through the doors, right, of the different gallery spaces that we have that have art for sale, like Mills Gallery, of course, like City Arts and Snap and Terrace Gallery, that sort of thing. Getting more people through there and having them understand that art is accessible and you keep it forever and it goes in your home, and it's definitely something that's a better investment than buying something from like Ross or IKEA that you keep, and also you're supporting an artist along the way and hopefully creating a relationship with that artist like forever, as a buyer. And so I would say that's a, yeah, that's a big thing that could really help.
Great. Well, we want to thank you for being part of that effort to get people through the door. I know that you are very much a part of that. Thank you for your work, your insights, and your presence here in Central Florida's arts and cultural community.
Thank you. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm very lucky that I'm in this world.
Great. And we want to thank you for watching this issue of Playfully Orange. Join us each week at going live Wednesday afternoons for Playfully Orange or Diverse Orange. Thanks.